What's up, everybody? My name is Anthony Walker. Welcome to another installment of the, and I'll say this with a straight face, new and improved Wrestling Matters podcast. Yes, the video look, as you see right here. Because like I say, all the times I've done it in the past, I've done it with audio things only. I decided to take it in a different direction this time and do the video. This is what I've been doing with since I've been returning, and it's building up to where I'm going to take it and everything. So. And the best part about it is it's keyboard warrior free and I do it my way. So, with that being said, today's show, we're going to talk about a few things. I don't think there was that much to talk about in the week, but there has two major things that have come up. One I'll address in a minute. But, yeah. AJ Lee. This is interesting. I saw an interview she did, talking about her timing in the WWE. Mrs. Punk, as she's now known as, because she's married to CM Punk. And she did an interview in the week on a channel which I never came across until I saw AJ Lee on there. And apparently it's hit headlines. And she's made some shocking confessions. She talks about her time in the WWE. And the shocking confession was this. I'll read a bit of it out because I've got it up on WrestleMania what was said. I could have went back and watched this again and then took the notes down as well, but WrestleMania's got it perfectly for me, so I'll watch it through this. I'll read through this because the thing that's come up. She said, being the person that was kind of riding the fine line of getting in trouble a lot, I was willing to do that. And that's what helped me. And to be fair, it did. It helped her a lot, quite frankly. I was aware at the time, you didn't see a girl who was like not wearing her makeup or not doing her hair or was wearing clothes that you could find at a tag on TV. Just move this forward. I got in trouble, sorry, for that. At first, I was told no one would want to have sex with me. Yes, it's a title of one of her chapters in her book. She was promoting her book on this interview as well. No one wants to have sex with you. I cried for so long, and then my hair was immediately dyed lighter. Then it was very demoralizing, but I kind of took it like, okay, I tried to confirm for a minute, but no, this isn't me. You know, it was kind of one of them things where they made her change her look just for their sake, and then she realized it wasn't her. You know, it wasn't her kind of, wasn't who she was and everything. This is what WWE's good at. I mean, take Austin for that matter. They brought him in. He was stunning Steve Austin in WCW. They brought him in as the ring master, and then they knew he sucked. Austin knew it sucked, so they just took it a different way. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of demoralizing where you had to go. I don't know why WWE, there's more, have to do that kind of stuff. Bring somebody in and then change the way they look just to forsaken them, and then that person's not comfortable in it. It's ridiculous. Anyway, in my time in the business, there was so much pressure on the girls to conform to a mold and a formula that worked. Not only was it pressure, you would sort of be pushed if you didn't. There was a time when they would check to make sure the mechanics were perfect. If our hair wasn't long enough, they tell us we had to get extensions. Really? Tell the hair wasn't long enough for them, for their sake and everything, and they ask you to put extensions. The extensions won't last long in a fucking ring. You know, can you imagine they pull the hair out and you pull the hair out and be like, the fuck you wearing extensions for? No, that kind of stuff. It's just, you know, the hair extensions and your weight would be commented on too. Sounds like discrimination from what I'm reading and what she says. Let me tell you. I mean, come on. Like I say, can you imagine a female wearing hair extensions in the ring? She'd lose them in a minute. Oh my God! That made for a lot of pressure where the girls didn't feel like they could just show who their genuine selves was. That's understandable, but I've always been willing to fail if. Hang on. Jesus Christ. I've always been willing to fail if the only option is it's either doing it my way or what's true and genuine to me, or failure. I will choose just to do it my way. I never want to compromise. That's what you've got to do. You've got to do it your way, because if you do it somebody else's way, then it's not going to work out, and they just, you know, and you're just wasting your time, basically. But I don't understand that. I mean, you know, no wonder they didn't give the girls a chance back in the day and everything, because it's just ridiculous. I mean, a lot's changed from there to now. You know, a lot's changed from there to now, because, you know, the women's wrestling has gone to a whole new level, and rightly so. And obviously somebody's went in and walked Vince up, because we all know that's Vince. It doesn't take a genius to work that out. We all know that's Vince. Oh, no wonder she retired early. To be honest with you, if I had to put up with that, I would have retired early. You know, I would have done one early and all that. I mean, it just does not make any sense whatsoever. You know, I hope you guys understood that when I read it out, because there was a lot to read in. But yeah, it just doesn't make any one iota of sense. That, I mean, like I say, you can understand why she retired. You know, you could understand it to the T. Before I get on to something else, as well, I want to talk about the Undertaker again. And I also want to talk about this supposed match he's supposed to be having. Apparently WWE have teased. I've teased a picture up on the social media. Let me just see if I can find it. Apparently of the Undertaker versus Sting. Now, with this whole Saudi Arabia show and everything, you never know. It could happen. But Undertaker, but WWE have teased the photo, and I'll show you the photo now because I've got it up. If I can find it, let me just click this in. Let me just get this down here. Right, that's my what I call it. You're seeing there. Right, there we go. So if I can get the thing up, there. That's what they teased. That was the picture they used to tease. Now, is this going to happen? With the Saudi show, it may very well happen. I mean, there was one match that Sting said on the JBL show that they had the network, that JBL was used to do sit-down interviews with the wrestlers and everything like that, which was actually a good show on the network. He'd said there's one match he'd come out of retirement for Sting, and that was the Undertaker. Because people wanted that match. Will it happen? I don't know. People still go on about how much of a clusterfuck the fucking Undertaker Goldberg match was, which I don't agree. The only reason it became a clusterfuck, as people are putting it, and the only reason it sucked, as people are putting it, is because of Goldberg hitting his face on the turnbuckle. I saw the match, and the match was fine up until that point. And then after that, when he hit his face on the turnbuckle, because that's what gave him the concussion, After that, it went to shit. If that hadn't have happened, maybe that match would have been good. I'm not saying it would have been the greatest match we've ever seen, or great, but it would have probably been decent, at least. So the thing is, I would imagine they're going to put this, if they go for this match, I can honestly say to you guys, if they go for this match with Sting, Undertaker and Sting, I can honestly say to you, this will probably be for the Saudi show. The days of it being at WrestleMania are long gone. And they've already made a plan for the Undertaker to be at WrestleMania 36 anyway. Because like I said to you last time I did this, the plan is for SummerSlam, as much as I hate to admit it, is Undertaker versus Baron Corbin. That's what I've seen. Undertaker, Baron Corbin at SummerSlam. Do we really want Undertaker and Baron Corbin at SummerSlam? Do we fuck? But it seems it's going to go down that way. I don't know why they don't make a match between him and this new Bray Wyatt. Because I've seen something, possible storylines that can boost up ratings video on YouTube the other day. And you know what? Why not? Why not go for that? There were certain ideas that were shot into that angle, but we'll see how it goes. But it does look like it's going to be Undertaker versus Baron Corbin. And the match they're going forward with at WrestleMania 36 is Undertaker versus Drew McIntyre, which I don't have a problem with, to be honest with you. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. I wouldn't mind, to be honest with you, yeah, I would probably see McIntyre going over in that match, if I'm being honest. He should go over in that match, and hopefully that'll boost him, because he should be world champion by now. But he's stuck being Shane's bitch, is what he is, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, if this match is going to take place, because they always bring the legends back for the Saudi shows, this would probably be taking place, Undertaker versus Sting. It will probably take place at Saudi show. It will probably take place there. Because I can't see this being at WrestleMania. I can't see this being at SummerSlam. Or even Survivor Series for that matter. No, it's a possible chance, I suppose. Because Undertaker, that's where Undertaker was born, basically. The Undertaker character was born. But, yeah. 100% chance this will probably be at the Saudi show. Now, I don't know if they're doing another Saudi show this year. Probably are. I don't know. But I don't know if they're doing one this year. But if they do, you would more than likely going to see that match if they can get it done. It would be Sting and Undertaker for that match. I was surprised they got Goldberg. I'm surprised they didn't go with Sting versus Undertaker to begin with, instead of Goldberg and Undertaker. Like I say, I didn't have a problem with that match, the Undertaker Goldberg match. The only issue I had with that match at the end of the day is because Goldberg hit in his face, and that can't be helped. People were slating that match to begin with. Like I say, I'm not saying it was going to be. It would have been the greatest match in the world, but it would have been decent if Goldberg hadn't have done that. If that hadn't have happened, I think it would have been a decent match. But that was the whole reason that it turned into a clusterfuck the way it did, and it ended early the way it did, because that wasn't supposed to end the way it did. I think they just got to word to the referee at the end of the day just to say end it, because Goldberg was fucked. So that was the only way they could have done that. In the end of the day, I don't know where they're going with it, but if that's the thing with Goldberg and with their Undertaker and Sting, I think it's going to be at the Saudi show. Without a doubt, it's going to be at the Saudi show. No question about it. And would I want to see it? I don't know if I'd want to see it. I just want him to do it just to get it over with, and then we can stop going on about it. Undertaker versus Sting. Undertaker versus Sting. We should do Undertaker versus Sting. It's got to the point right now. If you're gonna do it, just do it and be done with it. Just do it and be done with it. That's the way it's got to now. Because at the end of the day, the whole thing it's just mental. It really is absolutely crazy. That they still go on about it to this day, and I think I've been told Sting is actually 60-year-old now. I've been told. I might be wrong, but will it happen? We can only find out. We can only wait and see. Do I want it to happen? if it's going to happen, then just be done. Then just do it and be done with it. Do I want it to happen? Probably not, to be honest. At the end of the day, they should just let Goldberg. They should just let Undertaker retire in peace. But apparently, he's going to be wrestling some matches this year in 2019, and we already got the WrestleMania match set, which is WrestleMania match with him and Drew McIntyre, which I don't have a problem with. But hopefully that'll be his last match. But we'll see what happens, I suppose. Also, I want to talk about is ICW. Now, I don't know when this was shot. I believe it might have been Saturday night, because there was a video out on the YouTube channel, the ICW YouTube channel. I believed it was a tribute show. It seemed to be a tribute show because if you watch the storylines on the ICW, if you watch the ICW Fight Club and the shows and everything like that, the storylines is that Polo Promotions is no longer a tag team. But apparently there was a main event, a match that took place on the tribute show for Lionheart, which saw Polo Promotions, which was Jackie Polo and Mark Coffey, take on Kinky Party, Shah Samuels and Jack Jester. And it shows you on the video where Jester has him in a tombstone, I believe it's Jackie Polo, has him in a tombstone, tombstones him down, and then Shah Samuels does a frog splash off the top rope as well. But before that, they did a video, a tribute video, which was well done as well, which had My Sacrifice from Creed, which was an old WWE themed song, but they used that one, and it's pretty hard to watch. I'll drop a link in the description below if you want to see it, in the description box in below when you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook. Yeah, it's pretty strong stuff. It really is pretty strong to watch. But the whole the whole tribute, the whole thing itself, was well done. It really was. It was well done, and an epic good send off as well for ICW to say goodbye to their champion, because you know Lionheart died, and he died as ICW World Heavyweight Champion. I want to know now, because obviously they're going to move forward with this. If they know they've sorted out the whole Lionheart business, what I want to know is what they're going to do with that title, because Shugs is right round the corner. I mean, have they cancelled Shugs? What they're going to do with it? What they're going to do with that title? Are they going to have a match there for the vacant title? They should change the belt in tribute of Lionheart, because I remember reading a comment on social media as well. They should make it should make the World Heavyweight title belt, the ICW World Heavyweight title, but add something like, I'd like something Lionheart onto it, like a Lionheart picture or something like that, which I wouldn't mind seeing, to be honest, if that's the case. But would it happen? We'll see. Like I say, I'm just interested to see where they go from here. That's what I want to know, is where they go from here. Because at the moment right now, ICW does not have a champion. Let's make that clear. ICW does not have a world champion at the moment, because of this tragedy. And it'd be interesting to see what they do now going forward, and how they bounce back from this. But it was a great send-off, and like I say, if you want to see the send-off in full, it's on ICW's YouTube channel. But I'll drop the link in the description below, and I'll drop it in, so you can go in and check it out. Just click the link and then go and check it out, because it's pretty strong stuff, I don't mind telling you. As well, it's pretty strong stuff. Very strong to watch, and it'll be pretty hard to watch it without crying. So yeah, it'd be pretty hard to watch without crying. So like I said, just go in and check it out and see what happens. As well, I'm trying to think of other stuff to what thing as well. I will be checking out Impact Wrestling, because their pay-per-view was last night as of this recording. and I will be checking that out as well. I wonder if I can get the result. I'm not going to go through the results because I haven't seen it. I want to see what happens in the Sami Callihan match with him and Tessa Blanchard, which apparently was the main event of the show. Apparently, which is kind of ironic considering they had a World Championship match, but maybe they wanted to make history in the night and make the World Championship and make the intergender match, this intergender fight with him and with Blanchard and Callahan, the main event. I don't know, but yeah, I'm definitely down to seeing that match. Definitely down to seeing that match. I want to see that match as well. So, like I say, guys, all the latest news and rumours. If this is a short podcast, I can only apologise. But, yeah. Those were the two things that I wanted to talk about. The two main things that I wanted to talk about in this podcast. If you want to see the full the interview, I don't know if it's the full interview. I really don't know if it's the full interview with the AJ Lee interview from Fair Game. It's the YouTube. It's the Fair Game YouTube channel. I'll drop that in the description box below as well, so you can check that out. Just click the link below, whether you're watching this on YouTube, Twitch, or even Facebook, whatever. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It was relatively quiet this week in terms of news and stuff like that. But yeah, those were the two things I wanted to talk about. And it's crazy. And I will say this as well. I watched Ring of Honor. The best in the world. I managed to go back on the highlights. I just genuinely checked through to see what happened and everything like that as well. And I'll be checking G1 as well. The G1 Climax as well. So I'll hopefully get that sorted out this week as well. But yeah, I saw that Flip Gordon, the pest to the Elite, who's now in Ring of Honor, apparently, he got handed a t-shirt to join Lifeblood. He got an offer from Mark Haskins to join Lifeblood, and he accepted. He accepted to join Lifeblood, but then they did this thing where Marty Scurll comes up on the screen, just like Kenny Omega did when they kicked Adam Cole out of the Bullet Club, and then he introduced Marty into the fold. I think Marty took that idea and did it himself, because they introduced Villain Enterprises introduced a new member to the team, and the new member was Flip Gordon. So he swerved Lifeblood, and I can't believe Lifeblood are still together. I mean, their fucking leader's now stuck in Japan because he won't come back to Ring of Honor, and that's Juice Robinson, because Juice Robinson created that team, and now he won't come back to Ring of Honor because apparently he's had some issues with Ring of Honor. And he's pretty much going to stay in Japan. Probably stay in Japan and fight for his US title since Moxley's got the title now. And by the way, I love me some John Moxley. Moxley's tremendous as well. Upcoming on the podcast, but yeah, I mean, it's crazy the way they did that, and I really enjoyed the way they did that as well. And now it seems that Flip Gordon, the guy who was a complete pest to the Elite and just wanted to get booked and everything like that, apparently is now a full-fledged member of the Villain Enterprises as well. So we'll see how that pans out. I'm interested in seeing how that pans out as well. Also, upcoming on the podcast, I'm going to try and watch Evolve as well, the Evolve show, the 10th anniversary, which is going to be streamed on the network. And apparently that's been done to counter AEW, because apparently that's going to take place July 13th. And that's going to be done to counter... it's going to be done to counter AEW as well. So I don't know how that's going to pan out. I'll probably do both, but I'm definitely interested in seeing that Evolve show. I don't know if I've ever watched an Evolve show, but Evolve is doing partnerships with WWE now. They are one of many promotions that is in like a working relationship with WWE. So for them to have their 10th anniversary streamed on the WWE Network is a huge deal for them, and I'm very much looking forward to it. And apparently, one of the main events for that show, I would imagine, I say one of the main events because I would imagine there'll be more, but one of the main events, one of the matches that's been heavily booked and heavily promoted on that show is Matt Riddle, Drew Gulak. So that should be interesting to see, but we'll see how it pans out. And yeah, that's pretty much all we have time for today on this podcast, guys. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Sorry it's a little short, but it is what it is. And I will see you next time, hopefully this coming weekend again. So I've been busy, but I've got the two main issues that I wanted to talk about. If you want to get me on Twitter at Tony_Walker, or for the podcast Twitter page at WM Podcast as well. So be sure to check that out. And also, I just want to say this quickly as well. Thank you for the positive outlook for the comeback shows and everything, the videos. I've done reasonably well. Yeah, as well. They've done reasonably well on YouTube and Facebook respectively as well, and Twitch. But Twitch it is what it is on Twitch. But I also want to say a big thank you to anybody who's checked out my games channel, because my games channel has literally blew up over this past week as well. I put a video up and it got 160,000 views in a week. So I can't thank you guys enough for that. So thank you for your continued support as well. If you want to see me stream games, mixer.com/gamesmatter. Do not, if you're a keyboard warrior, do not, because you're not welcome on the channel. You're not welcome on any of my stuff. And you come on here, start talking smack and start trolling me, you will be banned instantly, no questions asked. I am not putting up with that shit. Okay? So if you want to waste your time and come over and try and get a reaction out of me, the only reaction you'll get out of me is a ban hammer. So, okay, I don't care if you're sheep-shagging pricks, I don't care who you are. You keyboard warriors, you're not welcome on my channel, period. So, with that being said, guys, enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll be back next week with more on the Wrestling Manners podcast. Have a good one. Peace out.